we had some very significant balance changes today in Rush Royale. And let's go ahead and go over them. Crystalmancer has been a bad unit since the get-go, and they're trying really hard to get it better. It has increased initial damage, not taking the number of hits into account. It's gone from 28 to 39. I think when it started, it was something ridiculous like 8. And it's up to 39 now, but I still don't think it's good enough. Wind Archer, they can't buff it too much, but they're talking about it being a simple damage-dealing unit, undeservedly forgotten and sidelined by other options considered more effective. Pretty big initial damage increase, 20 to 30. Portal Keeper, big-time changes. Big-time changes. This is a totally different unit now. So now, after swapping places with the Portal Keeper, a unit gets a shield against negative effects for a short duration. So what that means is that if you are playing and you have a Portal Keeper up on the board, let's say Tier 1 Portal Keeper and a Tier 1 something. Shaman comes across the board, is aimed at something that's a Tier 1. Switch your Portal Keeper with it. It'll put the Portal Keeper in the firing line. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. In the scope of the incoming Shaman. And it has a shield, which blocks the Shaman. Completely blocks it. But it says here, the Portal Keeper becomes inactive for a little time afterward. It's more than little. It's pretty significant. Cannot deal damage or swap places with other units. It actually sits there and goes zzz. Did I ever resub? It looks like it. Micah. It says you're a subscriber, so thank you, Micah. And as the card levels up, the duration of the shield increases and the interval between using abilities becomes shorter. Also, to compensate for the temporary inactivity, we increase this unit's initial damage. So that's pretty big. Those are very, very... it's a very different unit, and I'll play it with my Blade Dancer deck at some point. Automatic resub. If you want to do your resub notification and you don't see it, just refresh, and you should see it. If you're on mobile, just reload it. And if you're on PC Mac, just refresh. Uh-oh. Well, thank you, Micah. I appreciate it. Engineer. RIP Engineer. Not RIP, but it's not as good as it... It probably was too good for what it was anyway. Damage increase for leveling up is now slightly less efficient. Mana power-up now increases damage more efficiently, so that's good. Mana power-up now increases damage for each connected engineer less efficiently. So Engineer got a slight nerf. Oh, you only have a 1-month sub? I can't see that on my thing. Boreas is back. Boreas, Phase 1 now lasts longer and its duration increases with level up to 5.8 seconds. Phase 2 now lasts longer and its duration increases with level up to 2.1 seconds. The interval for phase activation is now shorter, 6 to 5.5 seconds. Now it also decreases with unit level down to 3.1 seconds. Harlequin. Wow. Wow. Harlequin was in just about every single big deck that there was. So Harlequin is pretty significantly nerfed. So now whenever you use Harlequin, it makes a clone of whatever you attach it to, but that clone now deals 35% less damage. And that stays that way. It does say, as the unit levels up, the negative effect value is reduced down to 5%. It also says the effect remains until these units are merged into a new one. That means that it has to be a new one. You can't just put a Dryad on it. It'll still have its debuff if you put a Dryad on it. Demonologist was already pretty good. Now it's really good. A summoned monster can no longer be instantly killed by Hex's or Reaper's abilities. The speed and health of summoned monsters was increased. Mana generation is now twice as efficient. That's all really big. Inquisitor got a buff. It plays a little bit differently now. Now the number of Inquisitors to activate the ability is 1, 4, 7, and 10. The area damage was increased. It got nerfed. Now it's back. I don't know if it's back to where it was, but it's increased. Mana power-up now increases damage more efficiently. Shaman. They nerfed Shaman a little bit, but not much. It has a, what is that, a 0.25, a quarter of a second longer this time across the board. So, a lot of changes. Those are the changes. Let me know what you think.